Hey Logirians, welcome to Logiri. I hope you have subscribed to Logiri's YouTube channel and hit that bell notification on so that you do not miss any of our videos. I hope you're following us on Instagram because we do pretty amazing stuff out there. How to decide if I should give CLAT after 10th or like choose for preparing for CLAT after 10th, because it is mostly in 11th and 12th that students choose that they want to prepare for CLAT, and then after 12 they give the exam. Right now, if do you really want to be a lawyer, what are the things that you need to take care of, and what are the things that you should remember? Right, I'm going to discuss in detail. This is a completely honest talk. I'm going to tell you the truth, what is there, how we are going to talk about the problems and the solutions. So basically you will know that what you're getting into. I want that you guys should know that what you're getting into, decide for yourself, and then when you get into it, you are going to be better because you knew that what you are signing up for, right? So yeah, because I see a lot of students who are preparing for this exam, they don't really know what they're doing and what not. So yeah, if you decide in 10th itself appear for CLAT, then there are higher chances that you will, because the time is a lot, and if you make good use of it, you can crack CLAT. So chalo, in this video we're going to get into a lot of detail. Let's get started. This is not a lecture or anything, but I want to tell you guys what I would have want someone to tell me while I was choosing my career when I was in 10th and when I decided that I want to be a lawyer, right? Or I have, I've counseled a lot of students. I've talked to so many of them. As a lawyer, I meet so many interns, I meet new lawyers. I get to talk to you guys on Loggery through comments and everywhere. So this is what I think everyone wants to listen to. So yeah, do listen this. Remember, there is no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to success. You need to work hard and smart. Both of it is required. Only working smart or only working hard would leave you behind in the field that you opt for. If you're only and only smart and only working hard, that won't take you to places. What will take you to places is both working hard plus working smart. That is the need of the hour. You go for any field, be it law, be it any other, but both of these are required. Working hard plus smart. Because if you only work hard and not smart, then you just keep on working without a goal, without knowing where you're going. And if you only work smart, you won't be able to reach places because you know what you have to do, but you're not ready to put in the hard work. When we see a rich human, we just see that person for an hour or two, or a day maybe. We just see the perks and we are like, I want to be like him or her. That age is so, when we see someone, we are like, oh, this person is having so much, and we get attracted to that, and we also want to become like that person, which is good. You have got inspired, but you got attracted towards the luxuries, right? Towards the benefits of the job or the work, the kind of work that person is doing. What is important is that you know the real story. Now, what is the real story? The real story is how the person became what the person is. Now you'll say, okay, fine, maybe let's take an example. You met an advocate, very good, well settled, having a very big house, a good car, driver to take the person places, well settled in life, taking international trips, having everything that one would desire for in terms of luxuries, right? And you're like, oh, fine, I want to become this. Very good, not a bad idea at all. But what I want you to know is how the person became what the person is. We don't really get to know about the person's struggle for reaching to that place. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot go through those struggles and become what that person is. You can, but you need that willpower and discipline to achieve everything. Right? So, what are the struggles that he or she went through? What is the lifestyle like? What is the daily routine? Can you put in that many hours at work that that person is putting in? We see a surgeon, we see that person is so well settled, earning so much, having his own hospital, or a lawyer having his own law firm, and we are like, oh, that's so good. We need to look a little deeper, and we need to agree, or we need to sign for those things. We should not question ourselves once we are struggling, that what am I really doing, right? So if you do that, you can achieve anything. You won't be a mediocre or average person. You will be on the top of that field, and that should be your aim, reaching to the top of the field that you are in. right? And yeah, so that's there. So look into the daily routine. How many hours of work? What is the schedule? Can you do that? If you can, go for it, right? And you can. It's just that when we don't know about it, we are not prepared for it, right? So when we know and we prepare ourselves that okay, I'm ready for it, you will see that you will be able to accept the work culture very easily, right? So choose a path about which you're passionate enough. So hard work, smart work, putting in the hours is there in every field. There is no field wherein you don't have to work hard or you don't have to put in your brain. If you are earning money, you have to work. That's as simple as it is, right? Now, so choose a path about which you are passionate so that from inner you are having that motivation. Okay, you cannot play the blame game. My dad told me to do this, my mother told me to do this. No, I told myself to do this, and now I have to carve my way. Whatever you want to become, like you want to become a lawyer, anything, it could be a singer, anything, a doctor, anything professional. You have a skill that you want to work on and take forward and make it a way to earn livelihood. Whatever it is, remember, you need to be really passionate from within, because if you will be passionate from within, you will be not only successful, like successful in terms of money, having a lot of money. It would be, you'll be happy from that job. And when you are happy from a job, that changes your life, right? If you see a person who goes to work very irritated, not happy with his or her work, that is not good for anyone in the family and for the person, obviously. But when you are happy with your work, when you are pulled out of bed because you are going to live a dream, that's completely different. And a lot of people think that there's nothing like this. मतलब ऐसा नहीं होता है. Your destiny is written by God or by life. It's life. The way the life takes you, go. No, it's you who are going to write your destiny. And believe you me, you can write it, but you need to make sure that you take the right decisions, or you are the decision maker, and you research before you take a decision, right? You research and you do not play the blame game that isne bola tha. No, right? What you want to do is you should go for. Now let's get into the video and see if you want to give CLAT or not. Okay, do you want to be a lawyer? Answer this on paper. Now, why I'm telling you to answer it on paper, because when we think on paper, you'll be able to make better decisions. Now, remember, when you're not able to understand something, what do? You take a notebook, you write on it, and try to explain it to yourselves. So that way, on paper, things turn out to be better. Am I able to function in a better manner? Now, why do you want to be a lawyer? Okay, I'm fascinated about law as a subject. You say that I want to know more of law, this is something I'm passionate about, I really want to do what a lawyer does, what an advocate does, right? I can earn a lot of money. Then my parents want me to be a lawyer, I don't have any other option, so why not law? It is in trend. Now if it's only and only for money, you think that as a lawyer you can earn a lot of money, and that there's nothing else, then give it a second thought. You need to have that inner willpower to study and to achieve what you want to, then only you will get money, right? So you need to be on the top, you need to study everything really well. So if you're going only for money, then add something to your goal, that okay, I like studying law, and I've read some of the topics or some of the laws, and I really want to know more about it. Yes, obviously, if you are choosing a field, you're going to earn money out of it for sure, but that should not be the only thing that यार इससे बहुत पैसा आएगा ये कर लो बस. No, my parents want me to be a lawyer. Now remember one thing, that if it's a only because your parents want you to become a lawyer and you're going for it, then also it would be problematic, because जिस दिन ज़्यादा पढ़ना पड़ गया या जिस दिन स्ट्रगल वाली लाइफ आ गई, जो थोड़ी देर के लिए आएगी, हर फील्ड के अंदर कोई भी फील्ड में जाओ, ना ही सिर्फ लॉ की फील्ड में, हर फील्ड में वो स्ट्रगल वाला पार्ट आता है. व्हेन यू लर्न हाउ टू वर्क, हाउ टू डू अ वर्क, व्हेन यू लर्न दैट इज़ द स्ट्रगल पीरियड. तो वो स्ट्रगल पीरियड के अंदर what you'll do, instead of working hard, देखो, if it would be your choice, if it's your choice, you'll say okay, I knew that कि ये time आएगा, and then you'll give your 100% and you'll work. But if it would be your parents' choice, you start blaming then that इन्होंने कहा था मुझे तो नहीं करनी थी, I don't know how to do this, it is very difficult, stuff like that. So if it is because your parents want it, give it again a second thought. Tell yourself that okay, either you fall in love with the subject or you try to convince your parents that I want to do something else, or maybe you can be of the category जिसको खुद ही नहीं पता मुझे क्या करना है and that's why your parents said okay law कर लो चलो. Then you need to study the subject and you need to be interested in that and tell yourself कि blame game नहीं खेल लूँगा भाई, no blame game, okay? I don't have any other option, so why not law? It is in trend. Now remember one thing, that it's not at all a problem that you want to be a lawyer, but what is there is you should know and you should be passionate about it, okay? You should have it from within. ये नहीं है कि कोई धक्का कर रहा है, ठीक है ना? तो अगर वो वाली चीज़ होगी तो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम भी बहुत आराम से क्लियर होगा बिकॉज यू विल बी एबल टू स्टडी, ठीक है? आगे भी जब लॉ पढ़ना पड़ेगा बहुत आराम से होगा, जब जॉब में जाओगे या अपना कुछ स्टार्ट करोगे लॉ से रिलेटेड तो अच्छे से होगा, जब खुद की मर्जी से होगा. तो योर चॉइस एंड योर यस कि हाँ मुझे बनना है मैटर्स अ लॉट. तो वो अगर वो यस खुद से अंदर से है देन ओनली गो अहेड विद इट, ओके? दैट इज व्हाट मैटर्स अ लॉट in any field, not only law, in any field. If it's your own choice, you're going to work a little harder and a little better than usual, okay? If you want to acquire these skills, then study law. Now if you want to be good at writing, you'll see marked improvement in yourself, because when a good faculty, when from good books, in between amongst good students, you're going to sit down and study law, you're going to see that you will improve a lot. You know, normally whenever most of the students, 95% of the students, when they begin their journey of becoming a lawyer, they're not good at all these skills. But this, when you study the subjects, when you get into it, you learn a lot and you are so interested in it that you learn how to write because you read a lot. So you learn, you get, your vocabulary gets better because the subject is so good that you learn how to write. And obviously you need to study it the way we are telling, right? Then you research a lot, then you learn how to research communication because you have to talk to the students, the professor. And communication, what is communication? It is speaking. Communication is speaking. And where does speaking comes from? Words. Because you are reading so much, so your speaking and your writing gets better with time. And as a law student, now when you enter the college and when you're out of the university college, you'll see that you've improved a lot, right? So when you put in the hard work of to become a lawyer, you learn all these skills and you acquire these skills and you become a completely different polished person, a well-dressed lawyer, a well-spoken lawyer. Enjoying reading, you'll start enjoying reading because as in when you start reading the laws, the case laws, you'll get interested in everything that ye kaise hua, wo kaise hua, and then you will want to read more and more. So you'll be a reader, and you might not be a reader and you think, oh, I cannot be a reader, I hate reading. I've seen so many of my own interns who hated reading, but when I introduced them to some good books, they started reading. And now they're so much into reading, they'll call me every now and then. They'll say, please give us some suggestions. We have finished the book that you suggested. Now we want to read more. So it's always the way you do things, and always Lawgiri is going to be with you, telling you everything. Yeah, that's an add-on. Yeah. So all these things you'll be good at when you're done with the law course. Okay. You'll meet students who are so passionate about law. And you'll be like, dude, where was I? So you get inspired from them and you also do really great things because it is from your surroundings that you get inspired a lot, right? What is CLAT? Now you should know it's Common Law Admission Test. It is one of the 5-year law entrance exam tests. So if for those of you who don't know, there are two kinds of laws courses. There are two kinds of law courses. One is 3-year and the other is 5-year. So after 12th you go for 5-year law course, and after graduation, so after 12th you go for 5-year law course, and after graduation, like you're done with your BCom, BA, BBA, stuff, things like this, once you're done with your graduation you can go for 3-year law, right? So you'll be going for 5-year law after 12th. And common law admission test, that is CLAT, is one of the most important exams. It's like the JEE of law, right? One of the very important exams. CLAT hai, AILT hai, SLAT hai. You'll get to know about various exams on this channel itself, but CLAT is one of the most important exams, right? It is a law entrance exam for the best law schools in India. It is a 5-year law course. If you want to be in a top-notch institute of law, this is the exam that you need to crack. Okay, and the sooner you decide that you want to give CLAT, the better it is going to be. Some of the common problems faced by aspirants and their solutions. I'm going to talk about some of the common problems and their solutions. If you know the solutions beforehand of these problems, your life is going to be super easy. So let's talk about them. Creating a balance between CLAT and boards. Look, I know you have to prepare for CLAT and boards together, but if you decide in 10th itself that you want to appear for CLAT and in your 11th you begin with preparation, you have 1 full year for you in your hand wherein you can complete the syllabus. Not only complete the syllabus, you can revise, re-revise and do whatever you want. You can make your weak subjects strong and you can do whatever you want in that 1 year, and you can keep your 12th year just for revising, attempting mock tests, taking sample papers and solving them. And if you have any little topic which is weak, you can improve that. Like, you need to make good use of these 2 years. Most of the students do not make good use of their time when they're in 11th. They think, oh, we already have like one another year, we'll take care of this exam then. But the intelligent ones, what do? They know that in 11th they do not have that much of burden because there are no boards. You just have to appear for the school exams. They're done with their preparation in 11th, and in 12th what they have to do, they just have to revise, do the current affairs, make notes, and they are left with very less work. So that is why you must have seen a lot of CLAT aspirants not only score well in CLAT but also in their 12th boards. It is because in 11th they did the major task. So that is what I'm going to suggest you. Not only this, but also choose your stream wisely. So you need to choose your stream wisely. When it comes to stream, I've done a detailed video. I know it was one of the first videos, not one of the, it was the first video of Loggery, and the sound is a bummer. But if you want to, you can watch that video. I'll leave the link to it in the description box. It is going to help you choose the stream that you should go for, right? So choose your stream very wisely, so that now you need to keep a lot of things in mind so that you can give like 3 to 4 hours or at least 2 to 3 hours a day of self-study to CLAT, right? If you can do that, and if you utilize that time wisely, that those 2 to 3 hours, that slot that you're giving, you're keeping for CLAT, 100% you're going to crack CLAT for sure, right? And opt for easier subjects in your stream. Like, the subjects should be easier because your main aim is, what is your main aim? Your main aim is CLAT, right? So it is your main aim, and the eligibility criteria is 45%, right? For CLAT you need to get 45% in 12th. Say even if you aim for 80 to 70 to 80 or even 90, if you aim for, with those easy subjects you'll be able to get that percentage. Because I know in India, you know, your neighbors, your relatives, they tag you in accordance to what you score in your 10th and 12th board exams. If that is what you're considering, then opting for easy subjects is the best option that you can go for, right? Because if you have streams which are on the heavier side, you have to give a lot of time to them, then it's always a problem. So since you are taking the decision in 10th, make sure that you opt for easier subjects. Okay, reading newspaper. Now for cracking CLAT, you need to start reading newspaper. I know most of you have never picked up a newspaper in your life, but reading newspaper is not at all difficult. It is just that you do not follow the steps that I'm telling you to do. Again, if you start preparing in 11th, you have a lot of time. The thing that I'm telling you to do, you can do it very easily. That is, first of all, pick up the previous year question papers of CLAT. If you have 5 years, 10 years, whatever you have, open up the GK section and have a look at it. What kind of questions are asked? What are the topics? What are the things that are asked therein? Once you give it a good reading, it will take just 2 to 3 hours, I know that. And once you do that, you will know that what is important in the newspaper. So your first problem is solved. You know what is important in the newspaper, because when you pick up the newspaper, number one problem is you do not know what is important and you end up reading anything, right? But now you know, after analyzing the previous year question papers, that what is important and what is not. You know how to pick up the important news. Number one. Number two, not able to understand the news. When you, for 30 days, for good 30 days, I've done 2 videos dedicated to this thing only, that how you can start reading newspaper, how to understand newspaper, wherein you should go into the background of the news for good 30 days. And if you have someone at your place who is into reading newspapers, you can just make that person sit down and tell them that, okay, tell me what is behind this news. And once you do this by yourself, if you go to like online and you type down whatever issue is there and you read about it, after 30 days you'll start enjoying newspaper, because you'll see that you'll be able to understand it and it will be a cakewalk for you. So yeah, it is just the time that you need to put in and do the right things that I'm telling you to do. Choosing the right books. Again, if you start on time and if you do your research well, if you watch what we are, putting out there, that these are the books that you should buy and study from them, I'm 101% sure that you won't face any problem. Self-control for self-study and following the plan. The last two things that I've talked about, that is choosing the right books and self-control for self-study and following the plan. If you want to achieve anything in life, you need to study from the right, correct study material, number one. And number two, you need to plan that how you're going to study from it. And you need to have self-control, that when you have to sit for studying, you should sit for studying. If you do not have that self-control, it will be difficult in life. So that is one thing that you need to have, come what may. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be anything in your life. If you want to be successful, self-control and planning and achieving the goal is something that you should inculcate in yourself. Habits you need to acquire if you want to get admission in the top law institute I've written is reading newspaper every day. I've told you the trick, and that is one trick that is going to work 101%. The next is culling out 2 to 3 hours minimum for studying for CLAT. This is a time slot that you're going to give out every day from your 11th class itself. And obviously before you begin your preparation, you're going to give good 3 to 4 hours and plan everything. Your years, your months, your days would be planned in advance, so that you have the confidence that you can achieve your goal. Being disciplined, as you need to follow the plan. Planning is very important. Remember one thing, that in school our teachers were doing our planning, but here we are the ones who need to do our planning, and we need to be good at it. I've done videos wherein I've told you how to plan. To watch that video, I'll leave the link to it in the description box. Again, the newspaper videos also I'll leave in the description box below. Do not depend only on the coaching institute. You need to go for self-study also. A lot of students think that they will join the topmost institute and that's it. No, you have to study, you have to go for self-study, and having your own plan is very, very important. Loggery helps you in making your own plan. Go for it and follow the plan. Advantages or benefits of giving law entrance exams after 12th is you can create the base for the subject of law at any time, unlike some of the other major subjects wherein creating a better understanding of the basics in 11th class can be a bit difficult. Law is such a subject, that is why you see a lot of people who do not study during their college time. They go into the job and then they learn everything. It is such a subject that even when you appear for the entrance exam, you can create the base very easily. It's not like mathematics or science subject wherein it is a bit difficult. Well, I don't say it is impossible, but here it is a bit easier to create a base. So number one is this. Number two, the competition is on the lesser side as compared to various other bigger competitive exams. If you want to enter any other professional course, there are various other options in law. You can attach this degree of law with any other degree, do a lot of things, do a lot of mix and matching, and be successful, right? So that is on you, that how you utilize your degree. There are a lot of options that you can go for. If you do not have inclination towards medical and non-medical, but still want to opt for a professional course, then this can be one of the options. I'm not saying it is the only option, but yes, one of the options if you really want to go for it. I also want to discuss that various options, not only in terms of field of law, but also there are various entrance exams besides CLAT that you can appear for, like that of AILT for NLU Delhi, SLAT for Symbiosis, Maharashtra CET, and various other law exams, right? So you can look out for them also. So you have a lot of options if you really want to go for a good institute. So let's check out the syllabus of CLAT. So it is of 150 marks. 2 hours are given to answer the questions. 150 questions of 1 mark each, 0.5 for negative marking. So you also have negative marking. And then you have English, current affairs, including general knowledge, legal reasoning, logical reasoning, and quantitative techniques. Quantitative techniques has your basic maths and with some data interpretation, which is basic. And if you're good at maths, you can handle this section really quite well. So you have your legal reasoning, wherein you go for your law as a subject. In logical reasoning, you have puzzles, plus some of the questions are based on assumptions, arguments. If you read some good books of critical reasoning, you can get good at it. It is just the requirement of the time that you need to put in. But if you start your preparation on time and give the right time, you can strong in all of these subjects. Even if you are weak in current affairs section, you need to be well versed with the newspapers. In the English section, you need to again be good with the reading and reading comprehension specifically, and somewhat there is grammar also. So these are the subjects that are there. Now if you work really in the right direction, that is, if you start your preparation from 11th itself, then you can clear this exam, you can crack this exam. And I've done a lot of videos wherein I've talked about the strategies that you should adopt in 11th class. I'll leave the link to all the videos in the description box below. And yes, do check out the syllabus and the books video for more details. So that's it from my side. Loggery signing off. I'll see you super soon. Bye.